What's up, everybody? This is Emmanuel, Philly Goes to College, and the What's Your Plan campaign, and I'm here with a special guest. We're going to get to learn more about her passion and drive behind trades, apprenticeships, the whole 9 yards. So without further ado, I'll allow her to introduce herself.
Hey Philly, this is Councilmember Katherine Gilmore Richardson, the Majority Leader of Philadelphia City Council, and I'm excited to be here with Philly Goes to College and just excited to talk more about the opportunities for young people across our city.
Awesome. So before we start, I read somewhere that you started Philadelphia's first apprenticeship guide.
Yes.
Tell us about that. How did we get there?
Right. So early in my career, I had the great opportunity to be a math teacher at Overbrook High School in West Philadelphia. I taught transitional math and Algebra 1 to the 9th grade Success Academy. And it was there that I learned that all of our young people may not go to college, but they should be college or career ready upon graduation. And that we should be exposing them to other opportunities that could lead to family supporting and sustaining career opportunities that may be in the trades or in other arenas outside of just going to college. And so I knew once I left my teaching role at Overbrook High School that whatever I did in life, that I wanted to ensure that I was creating pathways for people to get better career opportunities, and that's what I've done on my career journey.
Got you. And then out of all of that came this apprenticeship guide.
Right, and so out of that, when I became a member of City Council, one of the first things I did was to partner with the building trades to create this apprenticeship guidebook, where we have about 13 to 15 pre-apprenticeship programs listed, and then 23 or so apprenticeship programs, all in the building trades, different skilled trades, all trades, where we just have a compilation of all the information, where you can go to apply, what the job would be like, how much you could potentially get paid, what you need to apply, what a typical day in the life of that particular trade would be. And so it just provides all of that information in like a one-stop shop format. If you get a picture of the front of the book, you can click on the QR code and go online and virtually flip through the book. In addition to that, on my social media pages, we have a Labor Friday program where we invite each one of the trades or pre-apprenticeship programs to come in and talk about the work that they do, what they look for in their applicants, any special tips when they apply, making sure we really understand a day in the life, what you would need to be successful, some of the soft skills that we don't talk about in the apprenticeship guidebook, like being early is on time is late, knowing that this work is typically early, recognizing that the folks who work hard have a better chance to become the business manager of the union, as an example, and do other things and create a pathway even in the union work. So that apprenticeship guidebook has really been the one-stop shop to learn all about how you get a family supporting and sustaining career opportunity in the trades. And we take that book around to every high school fair, every organizational fair we could find, every program in the city. We've given out over 10,000 copies of that booklet across the city of Philadelphia.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
So you're rubbing shoulders with all the students in the city. You know, right before we met just now, you were talking with some students, and that kind of leads me to my next question. When you're thinking about the students that you've been engaged with, what do you find that they're most interested in learning, and what any reasons or why the students are given?
So when I meet with young people across the city, I find that they are interested in just learning more about the trades. It's really the exposure. A lot of us have not been exposed to these career opportunities, so you don't know that they exist, or you don't really understand what the potential role could entail. So it's really the lack of understanding and the fear of the unknown more than anything. So it's really the exposure I find that they want to learn. And for the young people who may know someone who was in a union or may know a little bit more about the opportunity, they want to know, well, what do I need to do to get in? Right? What do I need to do? And so at that point, we talk about the more, detailed of getting into the union and what the process entails, and preparing yourself for a test, as an example, if it's one of the specialty trades. So it depends on where they are. We meet every student where they are and provide them the support necessary at that point.
Got you. So the general pulses out there is that, students just want to get exposed. They just don't know about it.
Yep.
So they're like, hey, like, I didn't know that, you could join a union, or you had to get this certain certification or whatever like that.
Right.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
You know, too, like on our platform, whenever we post anything that's like trades related, like any type of scholarship, anything, it always goes close to viral.
Oh, yeah.
Because people really have a vested interest, and plus their parents know about trades, so they're passing that knowledge on.
Yep.
Yeah, so like when we thinking about trades and apprenticeship and just like the exposure part, a lot of people think, oh, like college is the only path. Like I gotta go to college. How do you introduce trades and apprenticeship path to these students and even their parents too? Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Right. So a lot of our young people, and even particularly in my generation, it was college, college,
Yep.
college. You were
Yep.
preparing to go to college. And I'm not against that either, right? I just think we need to have a plan to do something.
Yeah.
And what I tell my young people is doing nothing is not an option. You got to have a plan to do something.
Yeah.
And so if you want to go to college and that's your pathway, kudos to you. More power to you. Happy for you and want to support you. But there's also another way to get into a family supporting and sustaining career opportunity, and that could be in the skilled trades. And, you know, I think growing up thought about the trades as, oh, you're a construction worker, but really there are specialties within this field that you can focus on. You know, if you want to be a painter, you can be a painter. If you want to be a carpenter, which is, you know, one of the oldest jobs there is.
Yeah.
Being a carpenter was mentioned back in the Guidebook.
Yeah.
And so if you want to be a carpenter, you can be a carpenter. If you want to be a laborer, you can be a laborer. If you want to be an iron worker, you can be an iron worker. Whatever role that you want to take. If you want to be a sprinkle fitter or a steam fitter, there's a role for you. If you want to be a plasterer, there's a role for you. So there's a lot of different avenues you can take. You want to be a bricklayer, cement mason. It's all out there.
Yeah.
And so how I try to introduce it to young people is to say, this is not your grandfather's union. This is not your grandmother's union. This is not what you think construction work is. You can take a specialty path and make that your own and really be successful. And so I try to introduce it in that way and say, what are you interested in? Are you good with your hands? Do you like to paint? Do you think that you would want to do cement work? Whatever it may be, I ask them what they think they may be interested in. Do you want to be an electrician? And we go from there. You want to be a plumber? We go from there. So I try to ask them what they're interested in and then line them up with the pathway accordingly.
That makes sense. That's sound advice for the parents out there watching
Yep.
that maybe come across this video. Just what could they recognize now in their student too? Like, oh, he likes to work with his hands. Or maybe you may want to introduce them to trade some way, somehow.
Right. And if you're good in math, are you interested in like one of the specialty trades? You know, if you know you have a strength in math, like my son is really good in math. So, and I know already that he's interested in carpentry and he's 9, but that's because the exposure has been there. I've taken him to, you know, their hall before. He saw the underwater dive tank at the Carpenters Union and was like, what's that? I'm interested in that. And you would never think about doing that type of work, you know, working on a bridge perhaps, doing underwater diving. Like that's some real detailed, strong work that not many people get to do.
That's true.
But that's in the trades too.
Wow, yeah. There's riches and niches, they say.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of answered the question, but just go a little bit into it. You said, like, how do you provide career connected learning experience to the students that you're interacting with, and how can parents do the same?
So what I do, really a big part of it is exposure. Again, so we do the Labor Fridays program. We visit with all the CTE teachers in schools. We give out the Apprenticeship Guidebook at all the career fairs at all the different high schools. Even the middle schools, they have a great program with Mr. Jarrett over at Mayfair. And he's exposing middle school students to careers in the trades. And so we just try to talk to as many people as possible. We make the information available on social media because everybody has a smartphone. And so we want the information to be there as well. We even host students at the different trade organizations at their halls. So we're doing a little bit of everything to make sure we get to as many young people and those who are looking to transition in their career, who may be looking for a second career opportunity. We have a middle-aged African-American woman who's in the Carpenters Union right now because of our Labor Friday program. So it's really just touching people in as many ways as we can to get them the information.
That's perfect. Before we close out, where can people find the Apprenticeship Guidebook?
Okay. Well, you can find the Apprenticeship Guidebook on my council page, phlcouncil.com. Click on Katherine Gilmore Richardson. You can even look it up and just say Philadelphia Apprenticeship Guidebook, and it'll
Okay.
come up in your Google search.
Good.
We have it available online, PDF version that you can click through. If they need a hard copy, we don't mind hand delivering it or mailing it to you. They can call my office at 215-686-0454 or 0455, and we'll get the copy out to them so they can have it for themselves, their young people, or those looking to reskill or upskill into new career opportunities.
Perfect. Y'all heard it right there. Do your Googles. Take that phone number down. Run it back if you need to. Give her a call, and they'll take care of you. We thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you. And everybody follow us at Councilmember KGR. We share all of our Labor Friday information via our social media pages as well.
Perfect. Do that drop on your social again?
Yes, Councilmember KGR.
Perfect. This is Emmanuel, Philly Goes to College. What's your plan campaign? Philly, what's your plan?
Philly, what's your plan?